Oh, I just have to say it again because literally that message keeps coming up to me. The shining every day, especially that I've been working with the daily grind potion. And the affirmation says that in my daily grind, I need only to shine, trust the money is mine, and it comes right on time. When I first wrote it, I thought literally that I was just talking about daily grind like work. But the daily grind, literally what you do every single day. If you're a mom, and I'm speaking mostly to moms, and you're taking care of your kids or your house or your husband or your wife or whatever you're taking care of, that's your grind every single day. So since it's what you're doing anyway, grinding, whatever it is you're doing, all that you're being asked to do is to shine. And if you just shine in everything you're doing, you're going to get everything that's owed to you. So why would we not shine? Why would anybody not shine? Because we've been taught that if we shine, we got more things to do. That more equals less. If I shine more, I'll get less time to myself. I'll get less respect. I'll get less just me-ness. And this is wrong. And this is something that I've bought into so long myself. So then we stop ourselves from shining because we're afraid of all the work we have to do. Even at work, when I work jobs, if someone asked me if they noticed I was good at, I mean, sometimes I would do it, but in general, you get tired of that shit. It's like, what am I gonna say? That's not shit. You get tired of that shit. So then you start getting an attitude. Somebody asks you to do stuff, first thing in your head, you're even reliving it at home. Like, why are you asking? That's not even my job. Why don't you go do your job and then stop asking me to do your job also? That's a whole other trip. But that's like an example, like a very clear example that came to my head about shining. When you're so good at so many things, or just even what you do, people start to try to pile on other things on you. And if you're a nice person, they might try to sell to you the dream of like, be part of the team, help out. That is not what that is. So not to rant about that too much. Basically, all I wanted to say was we deserve to give ourselves the opportunity to shine in every single moment, in every single thing we do. If it's washing dishes, if it's doing the laundry, if it's bossing at our job, if it's loving our partners, if it's loving our children. It's such a space of presence when you're shining. When you are shining, you're so in the now. When you're not shining, when you're feeling burdened, you're in your head, you're thinking a lot because there's so many things going against what your energy says it's meant to be channeled into. We're doing all kinds of work that we're not supposed to even be doing. I do it all the time. So I just want to remind you to shine because it's been too long. I want us to take full charge of the opportunities that we're receiving every single day to really empower ourselves. When we shine in stuff that we think we shouldn't even shine at, like washing the dishes or cleaning the house or something like that, and I mean like, it's just washing dishes, but if you wash them so, like you put your whole everything into it, so present when you're washing the dishes, you're just checking every single one. It's not about OCD, it's not about being, anal about something. It's about you are putting your very self in that activity, and that is you shining. This is something so empowering that everything you do that you touch is gold, literally. And it's so powerful. I had to put everything down because I started shaking. I was like, I feel the energy running through me. It's so powerful when we decide to just go ahead and shine. It's so powerful when we make the decision for ourselves to take responsibility for every single thing in our life, to not rely, to cut all ties with codependency, to have that self-awareness and say, I have been codependent on some people. I have been feeling resentful about, why don't you help me out a little bit more? How about I take responsibility for me? How can I help me more? And if there's something I don't shine at, I need to not be doing that. And that doesn't mean that there's going to be a bunch of stuff at my house I don't do. There's things that we come together to do. There's things that are house things. But then there are definitely things that are me things that I shine at. I need to be focused more on those things in my day. I feel like part of it is a fear that somebody is going to slack on something. This is just, having no faith and trust that will be taken care of, because all my people are definitely females who have been slighted, who have had some dirty, underhanded, backhanded thing happen to them when they were just giving their all. We shined before, and we been shut down so many times and told in ways that were subtle and not so subtle that it was naive or whatever to shine like that by being taken advantage of. I'm also shivering because it's cold. But you know what I'm saying. We've been shut down. We are all right now in the process of refining a very delicate new skill. It requires finesse. It requires a lot of attention to detail, and the detail being how we really are showing up day to day. Like, how are we really showing up? And being okay with if that looks a little bit ugly. Like, I thought I was covering everything, but actually I was kind of slacking and thinking that you would do a lot of stuff, and then getting mad if you didn't. or whatever whatever the thing is. Just that this is a time to start taking responsibility for the kind of life that we want to have, and shifting the energy. And once we've made that commitment to ourselves, that made that little proposal to ourselves and said, will you spend the rest of your life with me? And shine in everything that is natural to you. Just be so yourself, unabashedly you. That it make me shine and be unabashedly me. I mean, I'm talking about talking to yourself in a mirror. And then you agree and you say yes and you really mean it. Fireworks. But it's rocky and it's very challenging. It's really about catching yourself in the act of doing whatever the old thing is and then reframing it. That is the trickiest part. I will say that this potion works. Look at this. It's half done. It's half gone. I stand right here and I use it every day. And I read my card. And I know it by heart by now, but sometimes I like to read it too. And I just roll this on. And I'm telling you, it shifts my energy. It keeps me accountable for myself. Not every single time, but it's much faster than before. And I'm mentioning that because this is where I found out that I shine. I have this ability to create these concoctions that, from my whole career for over 20 years of being a chef, and then to be able to translate it in this new way. It's always been that I had healing hands and that I had to work with herbs and utensils and things. I have to work with my hands, heal through my hands. And to realize that and to be able to put it into something that I can use every single day, that I can actively make my life better, and then that makes my family's life better, and it makes everything flow so much better for us for so long, because I've been so focused on the kids and the house, and not even me, and feeling so in love with me. It's been a very long, very real process, and people don't ever know how much you suffer and how much you go through in your own home. No one ever knows that. It's almost still like the 50s, where you couldn't even talk about pregnancy or whatever. And I watched Bridgerton, and those episodes where you kind of could see that the girls never knew how childbirth worked. They didn't know anything about sex. They didn't know what happened after you got married. That they were just completely in the dark and then just thrown into this thing. I feel like we've been like that for a while. Just we as moms, nobody knew what it was like to be a mom. And then we're just thrown into it because nobody talks about how your relationship changes with yourself, with your partner, with your friends. I mean, people, it's just a whole thing. You go in completely in the dark because it can be hard to get really real about stuff like that. It is very private, a lot of stuff like that. What exactly is happening. I feel like the more people are open and share honestly what we feel burdens us, and just talk about that openly. When I was having severe debt issues back in like 2009 or something like that, I went to Debtors Anonymous. I didn't even know that was a thing, and I was so frustrated with my finances that I was Googling all kinds of things, and Debtors Anonymous came up, and it's basically a format that's based off of Alcoholics Anonymous, except just focus on debt. But it's an addiction, or an issue. And what struck me so much about the effectiveness of that was the simplicity of it, that it was really just about having a bunch of people in the room who were having a very similar affliction or issue that needed healing. And it was literally just a beautiful open space where you all set an intention together. Then you all sat there and let somebody just speak their truth without them feeling embarrassed, because there are already boundaries set in place where you can't give feedback, you can't talk while they're talking, just nothing. You can't even approach them after and talk to them about it, I don't think. I mean, I guess it's like that. But there was a respect to it, and so it felt like you're part of a community of people who understand you and don't judge you, and that non-judgmental. I don't want to go like on and on and on. Don't I? Part of me likes it. No, I should have. Let me check the degrees real quick. I might be talking too loud or something. I have to evolve into another being and try to see in the dark. Sorry, I don't even know why I was talking about all that. Let's move on. I guess I'm just speaking out my intention. I want a community. Why not? Today's 555 portal. This is the energy I'm trying to bring. I'm here to connect with other light bearer moms who want to reach their highest potential and are interested in shifting their energy by becoming responsible for their self-awareness and being kind of here as an open sounding board when that is hard, but also being ready to do the work of like, all right, it is hard, but I'll eat it. I'll eat it and say I did that. I did do that. That's real hard, especially my females like me with so much pride, so much confidence to say that I was wrong. It's very challenging. think it's the vibe of like a something anonymous, where it's an open space, non-judgmental. All of us are having the same issue-ish, and through the sharing of each other's transparent, honest experiences, without fear of judgment, just letting that go into the space, letting it be transmuted by the love of us giving it space. If these people if you just magnetize